Spin. I walk off the forest path, brittle reindeer lichen laying over the ground crunches under my feet, leaving a trail of soft grey-green dust as I move. Strands of spider silk webs shimmer, iridescent. In between pine trees, I catch a glimpse of a cosmic cross-orb weaver the size of my palm. Its legs are hair-covered, striped pale gold, amber, brown garnet. I walk backwards into a house-shaped web that is both trap and portal. Weave, right. A large pine floor loom stands on sand in a brightly lit hallway, pressing against the peeling concrete rendered walls. I watch as multiple hands weave multiple threads, the muscles of the women's arms flexing, holding the warp in tension, inherited patterns in a suspended state of emergence, chain, rose path, mirror, star, band, block weave. They try them on, and if they don't fit, the pattern shifts. A thread is cut. Each cut is an opening, a doorway I step through, braid, twist. Storm Pine. The project I began developing while at PAiR started with an interest in weaving. I had just read The Four Profound Weaves by R.B. Lemberg, a desert fantasy novella set in the fictional world Birdverse. In it, there are 4 kinds of magical weaves, woven from wind, signifying change, sand, wanderlust, song, hope, and bone, death. The story follows 2 transgender elders, one who has just transitioned with the help of a carpet woven from wind. Weaving in the story is a magical craft that also functions as a metaphor for gender identities, for complexity based on a binary system. Weaving also suggests a process of becoming, thinking, and making with a strong connection to narrative production. Combining weaving and writing, I wanted to think through relations between process, finished object, identity, and place. Pavelosta. Then, in Pavelosta, I was walking most days, getting my bearings, photographing objects or parts of the environment that had hair-like, woven-like, or spun-like forms. Many of these were fleeting, others more permanent, like the storm pine tree, a landmark for local fishermen which has endured severe gales for years. Assembling these images, I made a series of collages, finding new landscapes and forms. Weaving in mythology. I began looking into depictions of weaving in Latvian mythology. Weaving is connected to many female deities, but especially to Laima, the goddess of fate and luck. Laima is important to key moments of life: birth, death, marriage. As in many other mythologies, the cutting of the thread can mean death, but it can also mean a new beginning. Verbs linked to Laima are spin, weave, write, braid, twist, pull, knit, stretch, make, judge, go, drag, do, write, dig, drill, scrape, pierce. Weaving tradition. There's a weaving studio in the residency, used by a group of local weavers, and a strong weaving tradition in Latvia. I was struck there by how the very individual act of weaving alone at a loom is built around community. Textiles, which are the earliest forms of text, are readable containers of history and social messages. They are evidence of a largely female authorship that exists in customs of myth-making and storytelling. Weaving is an immaterial tradition and an embodied form of knowledge. It requires doing and repetition. The weavers themselves inherit patterns specific to different localities. Textiles are handed down from one generation to the next, running through family lines. In a sense, the inheritance of patterns can be seen as upholding normative structures. At the same time, each weaver has the possibility to subtly alter the pattern. Queer temporalities. I'm interested in moments when an established temporal order gets interrupted and new encounters can take place through cuts or assemblage. Weaving as a technology and craft connects past, present, and future, as does the storm pine tree in Babylossa. The tree now sits wedged between the marina, the river, a petrol station, luxury accommodation, and land being rewilded by a producer of wellness products. It's at the intersection of past and future identities of the community. Writing. So my writing started as a series of scenes that run into each other through a single continuous thread of text. Referencing mythology, prompted by my surroundings, the forest, the weaving room, I introduce breaks as portals, doorways, and openings. Object. And the same concepts are carried through to the rug, which is a hallway runner. The hallway is a threshold space, as it allows movement between rooms from one place to another. The rug also echoes the environment, showing the storm pine tree and a fish. Next, I want to extend the image of the tree and fish beyond the rug into multiple woven objects that go beyond the frame of the loom. Storm pine is an ongoing project that very much stems from my stay at PAiR. I'm excited to see how it resonates differently in new contexts and how the next woven pieces take shape on different looms.